I don't know where the great teacher hate has come from.
Well, it's a union busting deal, isn't it?
I know. That's what it is.
Democratic Visions is handmade by volunteers for the entire metro region through DFL's Senate District 48.
We welcome to the table for the first time State Representative Linda Slocum. Linda represents parts of Bloomington and Richfield. Linda, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell me about your precinct caucus. How was it?
It was great. The energy in the room, we had actually the Richfield caucus, we had one room and we had all these different caucuses, made listening and hearing kind of difficult, but the energy in the room was amazing.
So what were the hot issues that bubbled up into resolutions?
The amendments, the short-circuiting that the Republicans are doing to the legislative process by putting something up for a constitutional amendment vote. And basically the resolution said just vote no on all of it. But there was a lot of feeling also with that. Now,
I, for one, hope that there's a big pushback from the voters relative to the Republican majority and how they put the state in a vice lock last summer. I guess we'll see in the upcoming elections, but when you see how the legislature is viewed in general, it seems to me that the governor was on the right side of that equation.
He certainly was. He was, I think, very brave and very, he was he's like the perfect person for the job. Sometimes you have to just believe in fate, and I think he was there to stop some of the really bad stuff. And it could have gone on and on and on, because there really is no compromise from the other side.
Well, with any luck, the bad conduct on the part of the Republicans is going to reverberate at the ballot box, and you could well, we hope, find yourself back in the majority, which would be a nice place to be, I suspect.
It would be wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I try to survey my constituents and work on bills that will fit their needs. My district is highly diverse. I have a large Latino population, I have a Somali population. So it's really important to me to be able to address their needs as well as everybody else in the district.
So Linda, I know you teach geography and American history at Field Middle School in Minneapolis. Tell us what's going on from your perspective education-wise in the state of Minnesota.
Would you like me to cry with this statement?
Well, you know, that's an open-ended question to say the least.
That's an open-ended question. Well, and this is your alma
mater. No child left
mater.
behind. We have a waiver now.
Right.
So that's helpful, is it not?
Yes, it is. That's a good thing. It allows Minnesota to create our own system of accountability, and Minnesota is a unique state. We have interesting people of varied backgrounds, and we tend, I think, to have I want to say like a higher calling, a better, a sense of altruism that it's right out there. And I think this will allow us to design and create an accountability system that is really right for Minnesota schools, Minnesota kids. I hope it works I think it will, close the achievement gap, but I also think
which is very real, is it not?
Incredibly real. But that achievement gap is also, it's also part of a societal racism, and part of our neighborhoods are segregated in Minneapolis in particular. Mm-hmm. And I just think that it's larger than just the 6-7 hours a kid spends in school. Mm-hmm. We need extended day programs, we need parent education, we need community clinics, we need more than just the school day to fix an achievement gap. It's really about poverty.
That has been an interest of yours, has it not? Mm-hmm. Did you not receive an award called the Champion for Racial Justice recently?
I did.
Who gave you that award, and what was that based upon? It
was based upon my votes and the bills that I'm active with, and I'm extremely proud of it. It was the Organizing Apprentices program, and I support apprentice programs where you train people to work so that they have job skills and can go into the job market and actually make a living wage.
Let me ask you about a couple other bills. One is the Shoot First bill, at least that's what I call it. And of course that's recently been in the news because police chiefs of Minnesota, the Hennepin County Attorney, and others have been adamant in their criticism of that bill. Tell me what that bill is about and why you were opposed to that.
I just start with, I am not real pro-gun.
Well,
I'm just not.
But the Castle Doctrine basically
Castle
says if you come onto my property, I can shoot you. Yeah.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous for the cops. It's dangerous for any law enforcement. It's dangerous for your neighbors, anybody's neighbors, if this is the law. And I was really gratified to read in the paper today about how the police and sheriffs and county attorneys have all kind of coalesced to say this is a bad idea. This is a dangerous, bad idea.
Well, I understand that among the other features of that bill, hopefully Governor Dayton will veto it at some point in time if it passes, but it allows anybody that gets a permit, say from Alabama, to come up here and utilize a handgun based upon a permit issued in another state. You don't even have to have a Minnesota gun permit. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Unbelievable.
It is. I know. It's dangerous. It's careless. It's reckless. It's wrong.
So now here's another bill I want to ask you about, and this one is a little esoteric maybe, or idiosyncratic, and that is your bill that if you're a nonprofit CEO, you can only be paid 5 times what the average worker pays, and if you are going to be paid more than that, there are special taxes that kick in.
Well, the bill has morphed into a different format.
Okay, tell me what the present format is.
Because of the pushback, the incredible pushback I got.
I bet you did.
And I also, I wanted to get a hearing. I want a hearing on this bill, and I would like it to pass.
Yeah.
So I changed it to transparency. On their website, on their fundraising site, they have to post, my bill says they have to post salaries.
Salaries of?
Their CEOs and the 5 top.
Oh, I see.
We write out our hard-earned checks. I want to make sure my money is going to the cause, not to pay a fat salary. I look at United Way, and I look at Project for Pride in Living, and I look at some of where I write a check out of my crummy little teacher salary and my even crummier legislative salary, and I'm looking at the CEO salaries, and I'm appalled. I'm grossed out.
I assume if you got the reaction, so do a lot of other people that support those organizations.
Well, I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from people on this. When you make a decision on a career and you make a decision to work at a nonprofit that's going to do wonderful, good things, I hope, I think you're kind of taking almost a vow of, okay, this is where I work. Yeah, I need to make a living wage. Yes, I need to make a good living because I work hard. But I don't need to make $500,000 off people's charitability.
And I got to conclude with a hot button issue because I'm looking at a headline. Teacher layoff plans put DFLers in a jam. They're talking about statewide whether they're going to eliminate the last in, first out rule. What do you think is the proper role for the legislature, if any, in that kind of issue?
I don't know where the great teacher hate has come from.
Well, it's a union busting deal, isn't it?
I know. That's what it is. I think it's bad legislation. Only about 40% of the districts in the state actually use seniority. Most districts use kind of a combination of things. And seniority might be one of the things they use.
It's up to the individual district in their negotiations with the union, isn't it? Not?
Yes, with their union. So this is just clear, pointed union busting. And I am totally opposed to that. I think it's very short-sighted. A person who's been involved with the MFT for a number of years, she's like emeritus MFT person, she's very active in the union, Louise Sundin, she had a great quote. She said, you know, if you're gonna go have surgery, do you wanna hire Doogie Howser to do the surgery? And you know what, she's right.
Yes.
You don't.
Yes.
And so I was talking to Brandon Peterson, who's the representative who's bringing this bill forward, and I said to him, while a new teacher, wide-eyed, enthusiastic, terrific, wonderful, and that enthusiasm is so wonderful, while that teacher is trying to figure out how to control 35 random kids with their own agendas and their own stuff going on, and pace her lesson and figure out what to teach, how to teach it, what engages the kids, and keeping the kids engaged, an experienced teacher is teaching.
Linda, you'll have to come back and have another conversation with us, but I want to thank you for coming in.
I'd love to.
Nice to meet you.
Good, thank you.
Democratic Visions is handmade by volunteers for the entire metro region through DFL Senate District 48, Lori Pryor, Chair.